Class 5th, subject English, topic Only One Mother. So, before we start with the poem, have a look at this picture. Now, here in this picture, you can see that a mother and a child is sharing a very special bond. And our parents are precious gift which we are gifted by the Almighty. But a mother is the most precious gift on the earth for every child. We need mother because they fill a role in the family that no one else can. Mother is the emotional backbone of the family. Mother is the most important woman in everyone's life. A mother sacrifices her happiness for her child. No one else can care for their child the way a mother does. Mothers are special because they work round the clock without any complaints to keep their family happy. Even if your mother is a working mother, she still manages the job, her house, and does all your work without you having to say anything. A mother's love is like nothing else in the world. So, similar to this, we are going to learn a poem, Only One Mother, by George Cooper. George Cooper. George Cooper was born on 4th May 1840 and died on 26th September 1927. George Cooper was an American poet remembered chiefly for his song Only One Mother. Hundreds of stars in the pretty sky, hundreds of shells on the shore together, hundreds of birds that go singing by, hundreds of lambs in the sunny weather, hundreds of dewdrops to greet the dawn, hundreds of bees in the purple clover, hundreds of butterflies on the lawn, but only one mother the wide world over, by George Cooper. Hundreds of stars in the pretty sky, hundreds of shells on the shore together. So, there are so many stars. The stars are pretty and are plenty in the sky. Even if you go on counting the stars, they won't have any number of it. They are uncountable. So there are hundreds of stars in the pretty sky, and the poet is telling that there are hundreds of shells shore together. That is, when you go on the beach, you find there are small and big end numbers of shells, and it is not possible to count the shells. And they are so plenty that it cannot be counted. They are uncountable. So the poet says that there are hundreds of stars in the pretty sky and hundreds of shells together on the shore. Hundreds of birds that go singing by, hundreds of lambs in the sunny weather. So, the poet is trying to tell us that if you look in the sky, there are hundreds of birds that are flying and are singing. They are singing and they are moving ahead. Here, the poet is comparing the voice of the birds chirping. So, according to him, the birds are singing in the sky. The poet is also trying to tell us that the climate is sunny and you can find hundreds of lamps in the sunny weather. So, even in the sky or on the land, what you can have in common is that the number of them. So, the poet says that there are hundreds of birds that go singing by and hundreds of lamps in the sunny weather. Hundreds of dewdrops. Dewdrops means the drops of water that we see on the leaves and other surfaces early in the morning, especially when the weather is cold. To greet the dawn. Dawn means the time when the first rays of light are seen before sunrise. Hundreds of bees in the purple clover. Clover means a small plant with pink or white ball shaped plants. So, the poet is telling us that there are hundreds of dewdrops that can be seen before the sunrise, and hundreds of dewdrops are there to welcome the sunrise, that is, early in the morning, especially in cold weather. And hundreds of bees in the purple clover patch, that is, the hundreds of dewdrops and hundreds of bees which we cannot count, as there are end number of dewdrops and bees. So, the poet says that there are hundreds of dewdrops that can be seen during dawn and hundreds of bees in the purple clover patch. Hundreds of butterflies on the lawn. Lawn means an area covered with grass, especially in front of a house or park. But only one mother the wide world over. Wide means big. So, the poet says that there are hundreds of butterflies which can be seen on the grass, but the poet also says that for a child there is only one mother in the whole wide world. So, everything given by the nature to us is in hundreds, but only one mother is given to us, which is a unique and a special gift. So, here we can see that even the love of the mother is unconditional and uncomparable, and the nature has gifted us a mother, and you have to respect and love her, and whatever you can do for your mother, you have to do it. In this poem, we agree with the poet that everybody has experienced or is experiencing the love of the mother, and even a child needs a mother, and the mother is irreplaceable. and nobody can replace a mother. And everyone knows that whatever the love is given by the mother, no one else can give it. And when you are happy or sad, she will also be happy or sad. And if you're sick, she always takes care of us. And that means whatever time she has spent those sleepless nights caring and worrying for the child, the mother sacrifices so much for a child. So the poet says that for a child there is only one mother in the whole world. Summary of the poem. Through the poem Only One Mother, the poet George Cooper tells us that there are hundreds of stars in the pretty sky, hundreds of shells together on the shore, hundreds of birds that go singing by, and hundreds of lamps in the sunny weather. There are even hundreds of dewdrops that can be seen during dawn, hundreds of bees in the purple clover patch, and hundreds of butterflies in the lawn. But there is only one mother in the whole wide world. So, a mother is a very precious gift which we are gifted by the Almighty. It is the most precious gift on the earth for every child. So, this poem, Only One Mother, is written by George Cooper. He tries to awaken us to the fact that in this world, everything like stars, shells, birds, lamps, dewdrops, butterflies are plenty of them, but we have only one mother for a child, and his mother is the most precious gift on the earth. The mother loves the child unconditionally and unselfishly, and the poet also tries to tell us that how lucky we are to have a mother, and even the poet has compared the love of the mother that if even you try to compare the love of the mother, then it is uncomparable. That is, you cannot compare the love of the mother or any other love on the earth. The poet also brings out the importance of mother in a child's life and how we should feel blessed to have one. The poem also tells us about the importance of a mother in our life. And for a child, there is only one mother in the entire world. New words learned. First one is dewdrops, means the drops of water that we see on the leaves and other surfaces early in the morning, especially when the weather is cold. Second one is dawn, means the time when the first rays of light are seen before sunrise. Third one is clover, means a small plant with pink or white ball shaped plants. Fourth one is lawn, means an area covered with grass, especially in front of a house or park. Fifth one is wide, means big. Answer the following questions. First one is, what examples of plentiful things does the poet give? So, what are the plentiful things poet has mentioned in the poem? You have to answer. Second one is, why does the poet say that the dewdrops greet the dawn? So, why are the dewdrops greeting the dawn? You have to answer. Third one is, do you agree with the poet's thoughts? Why? So, you have to write yes or no if you agree with the poet's thoughts, and you have to answer the reason why you agree with the poet's thoughts. Fourth one is, who is the poet? So, what is the poet's name? You have to answer. Make a list of rhyming words in the poem. Add one more rhyming word of your to each pair. So, you have to write the rhyming words from the poem, and then you have to add one more rhyming word to it of your own. Write some more expressions, hundreds of, expand each expression. So, you have to write few expressions, hundreds of, using your own expressions, and expand each expression. Activity: write a few lines about your mother. So, you have to write down few lines about your mother. Thank you.